As you prepare yourself now, settling down, I want you to think about a few things. If you were going to be more positive in your life, in what areas do you feel it would matter the most? It's going to be different for you than it is to the next person, so what does it mean specifically to you? No doubt positivity helps us in many ways. Some ways we may not even recognize. But whether it's more positivity in yourself, more positivity about yourself, your abilities, your future, your life. In this guided hypnotherapy track, we'll explore how we can start to reduce negativity and start to weave positivity into ourselves and into every aspect of our lives, made better by being in a great place mentally. You can start by bringing your attention gently upwards to the top of your head. Tension often begins in the tiny muscles of the scalp. So focusing on those muscles now, allowing them to become calm and relaxed as you let go. Moving down now into the muscles of the face, relaxing the forehead, the eyes and eyelids. Releasing that tension in the cheeks now, the mouth and the jaw muscles and your tongue. And appreciate that relaxing feeling as the entire face now is completely relaxed. And then noticing how nice it feels for the skin to be settling and smoothing out now too. Into your neck and shoulder areas now. Breathing comfortably and calmly as that relaxation moves down the tops of your arms, into your elbows, through your forearms, your wrists, and softly down into your hands. Resting the palms now as it sinks into each individual finger. Starting with the little fingers, then the ring fingers, your middle fingers, into the index fingers, and finally your thumbs as your hands let go completely and relax. Drawing your focus now to the chest and your breathing. That soothing motion of the inhale and the exhale as the muscles in the chest relax as well. Into your back muscles now, the shoulder blades and the two long muscles travelling down the spine. Following those muscles, relaxing the surrounding areas down into the lower back now and around to your stomach. Easing any tension in the stomach muscles now and allowing your breathing to reach right down into the belly as you relax. Around the waist now, sinking downwards, relaxing the glutes and into your main thigh muscles. The knees, down onto the shins and the calves. Breathing slowly and comfortably as you finally reach down through the ankles, into the feet, and all the way down into the very tips of your toes as you enjoy that lovely state of relaxation of the body that we rarely allow ourselves to reach. And you know you're completely free to shuffle around, coughing or sneezing, it's really not a problem. And you won't let that bother you in the slightest as you continue to relax. And you can easily bring yourself back to that stillness and that pleasant state of mind. As you relax, I would like you to know that negativity is actually important. A defense mechanism used by the areas of the brain that are tasked with the important job of keeping us safe. These areas of the brain have to assume the worst out of situations because throughout evolution, it's that response that's kept us safe. Our ancestors who feared that the worst would happen would likely have taken steps to stay safe. After all, if there's a bush rustling over there in the distance, it's much safer to assume that there is a tiger in the bush than to assume that it is a fluffy bunny and that we are safe from harm. And so negativity became instilled in the deepest parts of our subconscious, and very much is still a part of our daily lives today. The difference is that nowadays, the reality is, there is not a tiger in that bush. And a lot of the things we worry about never happen anyway. So when the negativity response starts being used in our day-to-day lives, it usually just makes us miserable and affects our moods, rather than being beneficial for us. So what can be done about this? Well, fortunately, we can have a say in the matter. Despite negativity being an automatic response that we normally aren't choosing to do in the first place, we do maintain ultimate control over our thoughts and our feelings. And it all comes down to our mental well-being and to our stress levels. And if you have the desire to be more positive, then with the right guidance, you can absolutely reduce negativity in your life. Naturally, when we are feeling at our best, we are happy, confident, and positive beings. When we feel good, positivity isn't something we try to achieve, but simply how we are. There are many things that contribute to this feeling, this state of mind where we operate at our best. Probably the biggest, most important aspect of life that needs to be working properly is our ability to deal with stress. And this, of course, all comes down to our sleeping patterns. During our sleep, the brain works to remove stress that has built up over time. Throughout the day, throughout the week, even throughout the years past, in certain situations. Stress over time can build in the mind and leave us feeling energyless, unmotivated, agitated, and fearful. We start to procrastinate. Our focus and memory can be affected, and our ability to make positive changes in our lives can be drastically reduced. The subconscious working against us to sabotage our efforts when working towards our goals. Life in general can certainly become very difficult indeed when our sleeping patterns aren't able to do their job properly. But this need not be a worry to us. Positive trance states replicate our REM sleep patterns, dealing with stress in the same way that our sleep does. And while you are relaxing in this comfortable way, your mind is able to deal with your stress levels, working away in the background to help you cope so much better in life. And as you take advantage of this state of mind, in the day or as you go to bed at night, so your sleep can start to improve as well. Dealing with some of the work so your mind has less to do while you're asleep. So as you continue to enter these relaxing states of mind, so you slowly start to take control. Sleeping more easily, sleeping more deeply in the night. So you can start to wake up each morning feeling more refreshed, feeling your best self. That version of you who positivity comes naturally for. Your true self. And now that you're resting in this relaxed way, I'd like to tell you a story. There was once a parrot who lived with an old, bad-tempered recluse. The bird was very handsome, had brilliant plumage and intelligent eyes, but unfortunately he repeated what the man told him. And nobody wanted to visit the old recluse and his bird because the experience was not an enjoyable one. The parrot would say, "Nothing good on telly again. Get lost. I hate you, you old bird." And then he would swear and grumble. Many years later, when the recluse died, his niece was called to sort out his affairs. There was much to do, and in a cage, waiting for her, was the parrot. The woman took the parrot home and decided to look after him and give him the best care possible. But her problems started immediately. The parrot's phrases started to wear her down, and she felt her uncle's anger and negativity through the words spoken by the bird. Its constant complaining and swearing wore on her nerves. She tried putting a cloth over the cage, stroking him, giving him the best food possible, but it didn't stop. She went to work less buoyant. She knew that something must be done. So she tried a new tactic. Every time she fed the parrot, she said, "You look fantastic." He then repeated it back to her. She then began to teach him 2 other new phrases. "Great day, isn't it?" And "It's a smasher." And she would repeat them to him. Learning new phrases was a hard habit for the parrot to break, but eventually he added these positive remarks to his repertoire. In fact, he seemed to refer the sound of "it's a smasher" to anything else. The woman marvelled at the change in the parrot. Her guests smiled and laughed at the bird as he complimented them, and the parrot loved the attention from the woman's friends. And whenever he had the chance, he showed off to them. He wasn't perfect, of course. The odd negative remark would slip out from time to time, but this time they made her friends laugh. Positivity. Being positive is so important. Without realizing it, there are areas of your life where you excel because of your positive mindset in those areas. And you know how easily we can be affected when negativity is present. Not being in the right place mentally can not only discourage us from things, but also negatively affect our ability to do those things. We all know the feeling of doing something in a bad mood and end up making mistakes that further frustrate us. Mistakes we simply wouldn't have made had we not been in such a negative headspace. Well, throughout life, it is no different. Who knows what opportunities we missed as a result? But more importantly, looking forward. Wouldn't it be nice going forward with your new positive frame of mind, knowing that you can be relied on? to carry out your day confidently, easily, full of energy. And wouldn't it be nice to be able to rely on yourself to be your best self, grasping those opportunities you may have overlooked before? And so looking forward now to this version of yourself, a more positive you who has more control over your thoughts and your feelings. How does that image look to you? If you could see yourself at some point in the future where those old negative patterns have really started to fade, what would you be seeing that would signal to you that you are so much more positive than you are now? And what difference does it make? How does this positivity help you in life, do you think? Are you happier, more energized, more enthusiastic? Maybe you're more focused, which helps you get more things done in the day. Improved motivation and productivity. Are there any changes you'd see with regards to you getting out more perhaps? Anybody you would start seeing more of, or making more of an effort with? Allowing those images to drift into the mind to build this picture more and more. What does positivity mean to you? If you're not quite sure what it means to you, then what would you like it to mean to you? How would you really like positivity to improve your life? And you may well be surprised in the coming days and weeks and months at how positivity slowly starts to show itself, catching you by surprise at times perhaps, making you smile when you notice those small changes in yourself and in your life. And isn't it nice to think that many of the ways this helps you, you might never even realize? The absence of negativity that soon becomes a part of your everyday life. A conversation you sparked that introduced you to a new activity or a new group of people. All that got you noticed at work perhaps, which might not have happened had you not been feeling just so good in yourself. Happy with your life, in control, and positive. By reducing stress through sleeping well, through practicing things like meditation or hypnosis, you will naturally become more positive as negativity starts to melt away. But also, repetition is key here. The mind works through patterns, routines. The things we think and say to ourselves need to be changed to encourage positivity. So by being vigilant, always taking care of yourself by not getting caught up in negative cycles of thought, starting to choose your thoughts with care, always reassuring yourself with positive messages. As you start to redirect thoughts to the positive aspects, always seeing the positives in everything, so you begin to rewire the brain. For habits are created through repetition. And the more you practice being positive, the easier it becomes. Until eventually, it's not something you choose to do, but something that happens without even thinking about it. You can begin this process right now if you choose to by telling yourself inside your own perfect inner mind, I can, I will, I am capable, I am happy, I am confident, I am in control of my own thoughts and feelings. I choose to be positive. I choose to live my life in the calmest possible way. In so many ways, my life is good. In so many ways, I am the person I want to be. And in those ways that I am not, I will work to change them in time, at my own comfortable pace. Where things are not how I want them to be, I will work to change them, calmly, confidently, without anger, without frustration. I will work to change the things that can be changed. And those things that I cannot change, I calmly accept them and move on. As a final note here, going forward, with your new attitude, with your improving sense of positivity, so your attitude towards negativity also needs to change to a positive outlook. When negativity shows itself in your life, which no doubt it will do from time to time, instead of running from those thoughts, instead of compounding that negativity with more negativity, sometimes it's so much better to just listen to those thoughts. Take a deep breath and see it objectively. See it for what it is. As if you were sitting a friend down and allowing them to explain to you their concerns, their worries, whatever it is that they're trying to say. Give them the benefit of just listening. Do not run from those thoughts. Do not panic. Do not stress yourself out. Just calmly take on those thoughts and move forward. Figure out the calmest and most effective way to move forward with those ideas. And where you are struggling to see answers, be quietly and calmly confident that you will soon know the answers. And a time will come where you'll look back and you'll wonder how you ever got so worked up in the first place. As you go deeper now, each easy breath relaxing you and calming you, you can be aware of how comfortable and peaceful you are becoming as your body relaxes and your mind relaxes with it, filling you completely. I would like you to imagine that you are in a sailing boat, all alone, floating on a lake. All around are mountains, their steep sides covered with forests of pine trees, their peaks capped with snow. And you have sailed to the very centre of the lake, enjoying the fresh, clean air and the scent of the pine forests carried on the breeze that drives the boat forward, filling the sails at a gentle but exhilarating pace. The splash and the gurgle of the water as the boat cuts through the gentle swell, the creaking of the rigging and the crack of the sails as they fill with each gentle gust of air. You can be aware of how good you feel, alone with your own thoughts, alone with the sounds of nature all around. A calm, natural peace that knows no concerns or troubles. Nothing disturbs that peace. Nothing bothers you at all. Now the wind drops to almost nothing. The sails flap limply as they empty of the wind that drives the boat forward. The surface of the water becomes calm, still, flat as a mill pond. The surface ruffled only now and then by a gentle zephyr. You feel the sun warming your skin, comfortably warm, soothing and relaxing you. The quiet surrounds you now, broken only by the gurgle of the water beneath the hull. The faint sounds of birdsong, the occasional splash as a fish rises to take an insect. Calm, peaceful tranquility surrounds you and envelops you. And you lie down on a soft cushion on the bottom of the boat, unconcerned at the lack of wind, knowing that the engine is there and in perfect working order when and if required. You look up at the crystal clarity of the blue sky. Small clouds, perfect and white, hang above and around the tops of the mountains, visible from where you are, so relaxed and comfortable. The still air carries the sounds of some fishermen casting their lines from the shore. And there the distant tone of a church bell calms you, relaxing you more and more with each note. High in the sky, a jet trail marks the progress of an airliner, etching its progress towards the far reaches of this wonderful world. And you relax even deeper, feeling within a calm, comfortable heaviness that is so pleasant and so very nice. The boat drifts, rising and falling with the almost non-existent swell. You are looking now at the very tip of the mast as it sways gently. It appears to touch the clear blue sky above. The air is so clean here, you can taste it and you feel the calm tranquility. Absorb that gentle peace, and you drift too with thoughts that are pleasant and calming. You breathe in peace and calm with every gentle breath, breathing out anxiety and stress. Here you have time to reflect on those things that have caused you stress. You have time now to assess carefully and with clarity never before available to you the importance and the relevance of so many different things. you realize that you have fallen into a habit of reacting in a manner which has proved stressful for you. You have reacted to stress in the same way that the bull responds to the red flag or the matador's cape. You resolve now to ignore the red flags and to calmly reflect and decide on the most peaceful and effective way to live your life. Calmly, confidently, in control, knowing that you are in control of you and of your own life. Things that are stressful are so because we allow them to be. And you are now that person who is aware that you do have the choice. You choose to be calm and unaffected by the rush and the hurry, to make unhurried and calculated decisions that are the right ones for you and those who are important to you. You can be aware now of the peace, the calm, the confidence that fills you, expanding within you. And you enjoy the stillness, the warmth of the sun, the subtle sounds of nature all around, the sights and the scents that can allow you to be aware of the larger world, the depth of the water beneath you, the natural world at peace with itself, as all troubles and cares fade into unimportance, insignificance. You feel so much stronger now, aware that the strength comes from deep within you. It was there all the time, hidden for a while beneath turmoil and stress, but no longer shrouded by a veil of negativity and lack of confidence. It shines through and you recognize the strength that is yours, and resolve now to use that which is yours to your highest benefit. As the boat drifts, you know that it can be so easy to allow the prevailing winds to take you wherever they will. But in your vessel, you have the power, when the winds blow, to tack and to steer, using the winds as you choose to guide which is the right way for you. And you have in reserve too, that engine, that power which can mean to you that you have complete choice in the way that you go. But it can be pleasant to drift, knowing that you can choose freedom, calm, confidence, and you will you not? If you ever feel burdened and stressed, you can choose to get into your boat and drift whenever you need to, whenever you want to, using the strength that is yours and growing stronger with each and every passing day.